This is Cover 2 Credits, and today we got another movie review for you. Sarah made me see Assassin's Creed.
Yeah.
To be fair, I've never played Assassin's Creed before. I'm with enough of the gaming sort of
Vernacular.
I know enough to know what the storyline is and sort of how it progressed through the various games.
I've played up until 4, I think.
And I will say that this movie did make me want to play it. So, it sort of accomplished its quasi-goal, I guess.
Yeah.
But,
so,
to me, this movie felt a lot like the latest Fantastic Four movie.
I think that is a good way to explain it.
In that it came off with a decent plot, and it was there, and then it wasn't really there anymore.
It felt very much like this could have been somebody stepping in and saying, we need to change this, this, and this. And when that happened, it kind of went off the rails.
There was a lot of off the rails.
I will say this. Not a spoiler. We might get into spoilers later, but the stuff you see in the Spanish Inquisition is great. It is awesome. The problem that this kind of holds, would you agree, is that you're not there that much.
No.
I feel like that's a huge problem for this movie. If they would have spent more time in the Spanish Inquisition and less time in the present, I think it would have done them good. Would you agree with that?
No. I would not agree with that.
Okay.
I think what they needed to do rather was make the things that happen in the modern times make more sense.
Oh, well, I would agree with that. Well, that's a good counter, I guess.
If you're gonna split them, I think you need to split the movie because that's the whole thing of Assassin's Creed, is you're going back in time through memory and you're doing that whole dance, and that's sort of the Assassin's Creed thing. And there's ways to tell that story in a good manner, and they just didn't manage it, to me.
Well, like I told you, and you brought up Resident Evil, to me, if they would have went with the storyline from the first game and built on the actual through that, and they could have changed things, obviously, but it would have been a better movie. Like, the game itself is a better movie than this, and I know that sucks, but it's just like...
It's true.
And you know, Marion Cotillard's character was so confused by the end of the movie that I didn't understand what she was trying to do by the end.
I didn't either.
And
it seemed like they were opening it up for a sequel at the end, but yet I didn't know what was actually happening.
It didn't make sense. And then, like, what you see... well, they kind of do open it up for a sequel. Mm-hmm. But then again, what happens in modern times could actually mean they're not going to do a sequel. You know what I mean? There's a chance that they won't. Because
of what... a chance it's not going to make any money.
Well, that's another issue. My thing is, and a lot from what I've read too, is that a lot of the issue is the fact that they could have done more in the past, and it would have been because that was the interesting part because it made sense. You knew what was going on. Mm-hmm. Some of the stuff that happened and like the people you meet and why those people were even there, and it's like, but this doesn't make it, and they never explained that. They did a very good job early explaining the conflict between the two groups and explaining what the apple is. A little. They explained it enough. But then they just stopped explaining, and you're like, but this doesn't make sense. And I'm still saying the scene with... I guess I can't spoil that. I'm not going to spoil that. We're going to give our ranks, and then we're going to stop talking about this movie.
Well...
Unless you have another point.
Okay. The acting by the main character, not very good.
Something else real quick. I didn't like the fact that they made the main guy an ass.
See, I had no problem with him being an ass. That part to me was fine. My problem was that the entire point of the movie was for the main character to sort of change his viewpoint from being anti-Assassin's Creed to pro-Assassin's Creed. And that was supposed to be a significant piece of character development that happened and the overall point of the movie. But you don't get any of that. It just sort of is tacked on to the end, and then the movie ends.
And I'll say this.
Everyone's like, what the hell just happened?
And you know what, I talked to you about this earlier. The scene...
We spent too much time watching him go, wow.
Yeah. The scene where it happens, though, the scene where it happens where he does change...
Yeah.
Made me so angry. It made me so angry.
Acting, bad, plot. The plot was actually good. I thought they had something going there, but they didn't convey it they didn't convey it the right way, and they didn't do any of the things they could have done properly.
And it's holes that I've seen before where it's like, we're going to do this because that's going to be very convenient in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Like, the fact that there are other people in the facility.
Yeah.
And that's not... I'm saying that vaguely to him, not as a spoiler, if you know what I'm talking about. That they didn't need to be there.
No. Anyway.
Your rank?
I give it a 5. I mean, honestly, it wasn't terrible.
It's a fun, like,
I watched
popcorn.
it at 4 o'clock on a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah,
it was fine.
It's a fun, like...
There were people there. The movie was actually kind of... There was actually quite a few people there
Here's
when I
the thing.
saw it, especially at the weird time I saw it.
The game is super popular, and since it's Christmas break, I'm not surprised there were a lot of people there.
Yeah, they were all definitely college-age kids.
Yeah.
I felt like an old man.
Game is super popular. And they keep making them. This is the first... It's weird. They've been making a Assassin's Creed game every year, and I want to say, with, like, the spin-off games, there's something like 10 plus of these games, which is crazy to me to think that many of them. But, the games have some awesome storylines. I'm also going to give it a 5.
Not bad.
It took me out of a lot of things,
bad.
and it kind of bummed me
bad,
out.
Really.
Listen, the thing that stinks is Warcraft didn't do that well in the States.
I thought Warcraft was pretty decent.
No, but this...
Not good.
This movie makes Warcraft look like an Oscar winner. When you're talking about video game
that
movies.
Far, but yes.
But, like, the graphics in the Spanish Inquisition time were cool. I saw a little thing about one of the leap of faiths they do. They actually had the stuntman do a leap of faith from like 120 feet and film that through. That was kind of cool. But
they never talk about that either.
No, but I mean, it's just like they play up things that it just doesn't make sense, and it jumbles the whole thing.
It's a 5.
Here's the problem and the solution that I'm hoping for. There's still not any good video game movies, except for the original Mortal Kombat. Rumor is they're going to be remaking Mortal Kombat.
They need is a live-action Pokemon movie. I think that'll break through.
You know, a live-action Pokemon movie. You know what, though? I'm not going to put anything past
Did you see the live-action Attack on Titan? Has that come out yet?
I don't know if it's come out yet. If it did, it wasn't in the States yet.
Yeah, it will.
I don't know what to think. I know that I hope there's a good comic book movie coming soon, and maybe it will be a Mortal Kombat. They could do a lot with it. Maybe they'll make a Street Fighter, and you could actually see Guile comb the hair.
A Street Fighter X Mortal Kombat movie?
God, that'd be... I don't even know what...
Don't forget to like and subscribe. Tune into our YouTube channel. We got a Twitter feed now. Stairs is on the ball with stuff.
Facebook. We're always adding things as much as I can.
We watch a lot of movies. We make fun of a lot of bad movies. That's sort of what we do.
It looks like 2017 is going to be good for good and bad movies.
Sounds excellent for us.
Yes. So, as usual, like, subscribe, share this with your friends. And until next time.
Thanks for staying till after the credits.